Do you know when love slowly turns into pressure? When a relationship starts feeling emotionally heavy? It starts very quietly, almost invisible, and honestly, most people don't notice it at first. At first, it feels like care, not control, and that's why people confuse the two so easily. They ask where you are, who you're with, and in the beginning, it almost feels comforting. And you think, maybe that means love, maybe this person just cares about me deeply. But over time, something changes, and the relationship slowly starts feeling different. You begin explaining yourself too much, even for small things that normally need no explanation. Every little decision suddenly needs approval, and you slowly stop feeling relaxed around them. You start choosing words more carefully, because you don't want another unnecessary argument. Not because you want to, because deep down, you're afraid of upsetting them again. You become careful about your tone, your timing, even the way you text them back. And after a while, you stop feeling natural, you start feeling emotionally monitored. You begin thinking twice before saying simple things, and honestly, that changes you. Because nobody can relax while constantly worrying about someone else's reaction. And the strange part is, you still keep telling yourself everything is normal. You say things like, maybe they're just stressed. Maybe they care too much. But real love should not make you feel emotionally exhausted every single day. You shouldn't feel nervous before opening your phone or replying to a message. That constant tension slowly becomes part of your daily life. And that's dangerous. Because people can get used to emotional pressure without even realizing it anymore. You start losing small parts of yourself, little by little, without noticing it immediately. You stop saying what you really think, just to keep the peace for one more day. And honestly, that silence slowly becomes heavier than any argument. Because when you constantly stay quiet, eventually, you stop recognizing yourself. You laugh less naturally, you speak less freely, and your energy slowly changes. And people around you notice it before you do. That's the painful part. They ask if you're okay, and you smile a little, nod your head, and say you're fine, even when you feel emotionally drained. Because emotional pressure is difficult to explain, especially when nothing looks broken from the outside. And after some time, people start blaming themselves for problems they didn't even create. They apologize constantly for small things, normal things, things nobody should feel guilty about. And the worst part is, after a while, you truly start believing you are the problem in the relationship. You replay conversations in your head again and again, wondering if maybe you said something wrong. And little by little, your confidence starts disappearing without you even noticing it. You become more careful, more anxious, more emotionally tired than the person you used to be. And deep down, you start missing the old version of yourself, the happier version. Because nobody should feel emotionally trapped just for being themselves in a relationship. You should not feel nervous every time your phone lights up with their message. And you should never feel guilty for wanting space to breathe and think. Love is not supposed to feel like constant emotional pressure. It's supposed to feel safe. A real relationship gives you peace of mind, not emotional exhaustion every single day. And honestly, one of the saddest things is how people slowly normalize emotional pressure. They say things like, "This is just how relationships are. This is normal. This is love." But love should never make you feel emotionally small, invisible, or constantly afraid. You should be able to laugh freely, speak freely, and exist freely around the person you love. Because when someone truly loves you, they don't make you feel emotionally unsafe all the time. They don't punish you with silence every time you disappoint them. And they don't make you feel guilty for having your own opinions, friends, or personal space. Real love listens, understands, and communicates. It does not control every part of your life. And sometimes people stay in unhealthy relationships because they remember the good moments too much. They keep hoping the person will go back to who they were in the beginning. But a relationship cannot survive only on memories. It needs emotional safety in the present too. And when emotional safety disappears, people slowly start losing themselves inside the relationship. They stop doing the things they once loved because emotionally they feel too tired. And eventually, the relationship starts feeling more like emotional work than genuine connection. That's usually the moment when people realize something inside them has changed. They realize they have been surviving the relationship emotionally instead of actually enjoying it. And nobody should have to survive love. Love is supposed to bring comfort, not constant stress. You should not feel emotionally drained after every conversation with the person you love. Because healthy love leaves you feeling calmer, not emotionally exhausted all the time. And honestly, people can only carry emotional pressure for so long before something breaks inside. Sometimes that break looks like sadness, sometimes it looks like emotional numbness. And sometimes people become so emotionally tired, they stop expressing what they truly feel. They stop arguing, not because things improved, but because they no longer have emotional energy left. And that silence can destroy a relationship much faster than arguments ever could. Because when someone emotionally gives up inside, the relationship slowly becomes empty. No connection survives when one person constantly feels emotionally unsafe or emotionally controlled. And the truth is, real love never asks you to lose yourself just to keep someone else comfortable. Real love allows honesty, individuality, freedom, and emotional peace to exist together. And when you finally experience healthy love, you realize how heavy the wrong love actually felt. Because real love does not make your soul feel smaller. Real love finally lets you breathe again.